a hot and quiet day, right?
Yes, a nice quiet day of weather. We love to see that here in Central Texas. We're taking a live look from our Oasis cam up at Lake Travis. We've got a pretty calm look at the lake here. Of course, our sometimes islands. A few high clouds also around for this morning, and we should see a lot of sunshine as we head through the day today. 84 degrees at the airport right now. Camp Mabry at 85. Dew points at 73, so it is a little bit sticky out there if you're still headed out and about for your Monday. Again, we're looking at mostly the 80s across Central Texas, all the way up to 88 for Llano and Mason right now. We are going to increase those temperatures as we head through the next couple of hours here. We're certainly going to get into the 90s. As far as our peak temperatures today, we could get upwards of 94 degrees, maybe even up to 96 or 97 degrees. And of course, with all that humidity around, we do have to worry a little bit about that heat index. So some of our feels like temperatures are going to be well into the triple digits as we head throughout this afternoon. So make sure that you're staying hydrated, everyone.
All right, Grace. Good advice. Thank you.
Never seen a single.
No.
You're like, I don't know.
Just say yeah.
I saw a few.
There were things I was deprived of. Never seen The Simpsons.
Whoa.
Never seen King of the Hill. Like barely ever seen Family Guy. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
You don't like animation.
Yeah.
You don't
well,
like
I do.
cartoons.
I was just like fully on the Disney train.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah. Sophia the First type thing. We're like,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
Go Mickey and Minnie.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the weather today because it's gonna
You
be
know a lot about
It's
that.
hot.
Yeah. It's been hot for days and days, of course, and you know, we rounded out May, certainly above average temperature-wise, and it looks like as we head through June, even as we head into next weekend, we could be looking at 99 to maybe 100 degrees for our temperatures out there once again. So looking outside for today, beautiful blue skies, our Kalahari Resort camera there looking over the Dell Diamond, downtown Austin, also looking very nice, and we've got 85 degrees coming in at Camp Mabry, so not too bad as we step out the door right now. Already up to 90 for Llano though, and Mason not far behind at 88 degrees right now. 11:20 is your time on your Monday, and let's flip over to our feels like temperatures, of course, because that's what matters when we step outside. Very humid out there today. We're sitting at feels like temperatures of 92 already for Austin, 94 for San Marcos, and up to 93 out there in Llano, 98 for LaGrange. Very, very humid out towards the coastal plains there. So our dew points for Austin, as well as most of Central Texas, in the lower 70s right now. We don't get much drier, even spanning across the western portions of the state. El Paso, kind of humid out there too. Usually we've got very low dew points out there, but they're sitting at 60 right now. Heat index today, yes, we are going to get those feels like temperatures into the triple digits as we head towards about 2 p.m. today, and that could extend all the way into 5 or even 6 p.m. as we head into this afternoon. So let's look at the map across the board as we head towards about 5 p.m. Peak heating of the day. Likely we get up to the mid 90s for the Austin Metro, maybe the lower 90s for some of our friends out towards the hill country, but all in all, it is going to be a very hot and humid day, and we do have some rain chances just around the corner that could help cool us off. So for tomorrow morning, waking up Tuesday morning, we still have that southeasterly flow, could cause a little bit of fog activity as well as maybe a little bit of drizzle out there, but we'll really be watching Tuesday afternoon for the chance for some showers and thunderstorms to make their way across the hill country. Even a few of them could move their way into the I-35 corridor and areas to the east. And here's a look at that storm outlook as we head into our Tuesday. Just really those northwestern sectors of our area in a marginal risk for severe weather. We've got mainly risks for hail as well as some damaging winds out there. And this won't be our only rain chance as we head through this week. Isolated storm chances also continue into Wednesday as that cold front passes on through. Thursday and Friday looks like most of that activity will hang out up towards the north edge of the state and also over towards Oklahoma. Our 7-day forecast, we'll be watching for some overnight storms as well Tuesday into Wednesday as that front moves through. Drop down temperatures just a touch on Wednesday, up to only 90 degrees there. And then, of course, I was talking about very hot temperatures on the return for next weekend. We've got 100 for next Sunday.
Oh boy. All right, Grace. Thank you very much.
Welcome back, everyone. Almost 11:30 on your Monday, already heating up out there. Let's take a look at some of those feels like temperatures across central Texas right now. Of course, ahead of noon, we're already feeling like 92 degrees for Austin. San Marcos feeling like 94. Very humid out towards the coastal plains. LaGrange feeling like 98 degrees right now. As we head further into this afternoon, those temperatures are going to start to peak up a little bit. And of course, our heat index is going to do the same, anywhere between about 2 and even over towards 6 p.m. We're seeing heat indices up to 100 degrees or maybe even over that by a couple of degrees there. Now, as we shift into Tuesday, it's also going to be another hot day across the map. We'll likely get into the lower 90s once again, but we also have some hit or miss rain chances throughout our Tuesday, mostly in the morning as well as the evening. Also could be tracking the potential for some low and severe risks as well. We'll get to all those details coming up in the full forecast in just a few minutes' time.
Thank you, Grace.
All right, good morning, everyone. 11:45 is your time. Let's take a look at how things are going to be feeling as we head into this afternoon. We are expecting a pretty hot one here in central Texas. So here is our heat index. So those feels like temperatures, you know, the mix of the heat as well as the humidity is really going to make things feel very hot this afternoon. 2 to about 6 p.m. heat indices could be in the hundreds, maybe even over 100 for some places. Very humid across the state. You can see our dry line all the way out towards West Texas. The only place that feels sort of dry is going to be out towards El Paso, but their dew point is 60 degrees, which actually is a little bit sticky out there. Certainly sticky closer to home. 73 for Austin, 72 down in San Antonio. It is a beautiful look outside, I will say. We got bright blue skies out there, not too many clouds. It is going to be a pretty sunny afternoon across the region. 85 degrees at Camp Mabry, 84 for the airport right now, and again, those dew points well into the 70s across the region. So hot and humid today is the name of the game. Here's a look at some of our high temperatures across the region. For the hill country this afternoon, 97 out in Kingsland, also for Llano as well. Mason looking to get to 97 too. Closer to the metro along the I-35 corridor, we've got 95 for Pflugerville, Del Valle 96, also matching the Austin metro there at 96, and down towards Kyle and San Marcos looks like they'll top out in the mid to upper 90s as well. And then over towards the coastal plains, also looking at about 94 to 95 degrees. Now across the region today, we are going to see mostly dry conditions. It is going to be sticky and humid, but we aren't expecting to see a whole lot of rainfall out there. Our biggest chances for rainfall are going to be Tuesday into Wednesday, potentially Thursday. We may see a little bit of a sprinkle out there, but we'll be mainly dry as we head into the end of the week here. So for our Tuesday, we do have some potential for severe weather that we're watching. That's going to be mainly up towards the hill country with a level 1 marginal risk. So heading into our Tuesday, here's a look at 7 p.m. We're going to be looking out towards the hill country and really the top of our map here up towards Burnett County around 7 p.m. shifting into the late hours of Tuesday night, 10:30 to 11. That'll be shifting across those southern hill country areas as well as down towards Hayes and even through portions of Travis County too. Overnight into Wednesday, we'll still be tracking the potential for some isolated activity out there in the hill country, and we should start off Wednesday on a dry note. So while we are tracking rainfall, we're also tracking a bit of a cold front to move through our area. Now this is only going to take us down to technically below average temperatures for our Wednesday, topping out at 90 degrees, but we are working back in the heat as we head into this first week of June here. Saturday and Sunday up to 99 to 100 degrees, and I wouldn't be surprised as we head further into our next week here that we continue to top out in the mid to upper 90s, if not 100 degrees. We're starting to build back that high pressure dome, that dreaded, Texas heat dome here in central Texas. So here's a look at the next 7 days. Again, we've got some isolated storm chances throughout Tuesday and Wednesday, but mainly dry and very hot and humid for the rest of those days.
May.